Zen Buddhism is not merely a philosophy, but an experience, an ethos that encompasses the totality of life, a subtle whisper to the essence of our existence that echoes with the wisdom of mindfulness in every moment. Awakening Zen is awakening to the reality of now, to the breath that flows through us, to the heartbeat that pulses within us, to the life that unfolds around us. It is the art of living mindfully, seizing each second with the entirety of our being, engaging with the world in a dance of presence. To live mindfully is to become an artist whose canvas is the present moment, whose colors are the myriad experiences of life, and whose brush strokes are the mindful actions we take. This art does not require the finesse of a master painter, nor the eloquence of a seasoned poet. It requires the genuine intention to be present, to be fully engaged with the now. Awakening Zen is to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, to find the depth of life in the simple act of sipping tea, to feel the universe in the grain of sand, to hear the cosmos in the silence between sounds. It is to understand that each moment is a microcosm of eternity, a slice of time that is both fleeting and eternal. In the rise and fall of each breath, we witness the cycle of life that is mirrored in the ebb and flow of the tides, the waxing and waning of the moon, the very cycle of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. The practice of Zen Buddhism is not confined to the cushion or the monastery. It is as much about peeling an orange with attention as it is about the deep meditation in the quiet of dawn. It is to approach each task, each interaction, with a sense of reverence, with a sense of wonder, and a heart open to the full experience of life. The art of living mindfully in every moment is to wash the dishes as if you were bathing the baby Buddha, to walk as if your feet are kissing the earth, to listen as if every word spoken to you is a sermon of the mountains. The essence of Zen is captured not in the attainment of grand enlightenment experiences, but in the realization that enlightenment is the very nature of our daily life. It is to wake up to the fact that when we eat, we eat, when we walk, when we speak, and to do each thoroughly, completely, with no residue of past or future clouding the clear sky of the present moment. In the practice of mindfulness, we discover that each task, no matter how mundane, is an opportunity to practice meditation. It is a chance to bring our wandering mind back to the anchor of our breath, to the sensation of our bodies, to the reality of our experience. Mindfulness is not a destination, it is the journey of a lifetime, a path that is walked step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. Awakening. Zen in our lives is to embrace impermanence, to understand that all things arise, exist, and fall away. It is to love fully, knowing that all things are transient yet precious. It is to act with compassion, understanding that all beings are interconnected, all part of the intricate web of life, that we are but a thread of. To live the art of Zen is to live with the courage to face each moment as it is, without the armor of judgment or expectation. It is to drop the heavy baggage of what should be and to walk lightly with what is. This means engaging with life not as a series of problems to be solved, but as an unfolding mystery to be appreciated, as a poem that is being written not with ink, but with the very breath of life. Zen Buddhism teaches us that the mind, left to its own devices, is a wild horse, galloping through the fields of the past and future, rarely resting in the stable of the present. Mindfulness is the gentle hand that guides this horse back to the present pasture, where the grass is vibrant and the water clear. It is the discipline of returning again and again to the here and now, training the mind to settle in the present, to find peace in the midst of chaos, to find stillness within movement, As we cultivate the art of living mindfully, we become aware of the subtle joys that we often overlook. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of a child, the beauty of a shared silence. We start to notice the interconnectedness of life, how our actions ripple out into the world, touching others, influencing the environment, shaping the future. We realize that each moment is a choice, a chance to act with intention, to live in alignment with our deepest values. In Zen, there is no separation between the sacred and the secular, the spiritual and the mundane. Every act is seen as an expression of our true nature, every moment an opportunity to practice kindness, to offer gratitude, to acknowledge our shared humanity. When we awaken Zen within ourselves, we awaken to the reality that life's beauty is inseparable from its fleeting nature, that to live is to participate in a cycle of ceaseless change, where each ending fuels the beginning of something new. In this flow, we find a profound peace, not in clinging to any single moment, but in embracing the totality of existence. Zen is to be awake to the myriad wonders that life presents, to the continuous flow of moments that make up our existence. It teaches us to appreciate the subtle shifts in our consciousness, the gentle unfolding of our awareness, and the quiet spaces where we encounter the depth of our own being. As we walk the path of Zen, we become the embodiment of mindfulness, living testaments to the serenity and clarity that arise from living fully in the present. This art of living mindfully in every moment is a practice, a discipline, and a way of being that transforms the mundane into the sacred, the ordinary into the extraordinary. As we hone this art, we become like the lotus flower in Zen parables, rising from the murky waters to bloom with purity and grace. Our lives, touched by Zen, become a canvas where each moment is an opportunity for self-expression, for touching the divine, for realizing our interconnectedness with all that is. As we move through the world with this awakened sense of presence, we influence those around us, spreading ripples of mindfulness through our communities. Our actions, infused with intention and awareness, become powerful agents of change. We become champions of the moment, warriors of awareness, advocates for the profound in the simple, the timeless in the transient, the sacred in the profane. The art of living mindfully in every moment is not a retreat from the world, but an embrace of it. It is an acknowledgement that every interaction, every task, every breath is a part of the tapestry of life. Awakening Zen in our lives is a continual process of discovery, a journey that never truly ends, but deepens and enriches our experience of the world. Through the lens of Zen, we see that life's imperfections are not obstacles to our happiness, but are essential aspects of its texture. We learn to embrace our flaws, to dance with our shadows, and to accept the ebb and flow of our emotions. We come to understand that enlightenment is not about escaping the world, but about engaging with it more fully, more deeply, more authentically. The practice of Zen is a call to action, a directive to live with purpose and passion. It is an invitation to step into each moment with the entirety of our being, to meet life with an open heart and a clear mind. As we embody the principles of Zen, we become living examples of the serenity and simplicity that come from being fully present. So let us walk the path of Zen with diligence and joy, recognizing that the art of living mindfully in every moment is the most profound art of all. It is an art that does not require brushes or chisels, but the very essence of our being. It is an art that is crafted not just with our hands, but with our hearts, our minds, and our spirits. It is an art that is never complete, for it evolves with each breath, grows with each step, and deepens with each heartbeat. Let us carry this awareness into every corner of our lives, from the grandest of gestures to the smallest of actions. Let us awaken Zen within us and all around us, making each moment a living testament to the timeless wisdom of mindfulness. And in doing so, let us transform not only our own lives, but the very world we inhabit, making it a more mindful, compassionate, and awakened place for all. Mindfulness, the heart of Zen, is a clear mirror reflecting the world as it is. It invites us to step into the river of now, to immerse ourselves in the flow of life with complete awareness and attention. As the river of time carries us through the landscape of existence, mindfulness anchors us, allowing us to navigate the currents with grace and equanimity. We learn to move with the flow, to let go of our resistance to what is, to embrace change as the only constant. In this embrace, we find a profound freedom, the freedom to respond rather than to react, the freedom to act with conscious choice rather than be swept away by unconscious habit. This freedom is the gateway to peace, a peace that does not depend on external circumstances, but flows from the depths of our being. It is the peace of the Buddha, the peace of one who stands firmly in the midst of life's storms, not unscathed, but untouched at the core. This peace is our birthright, the natural state of our mind when it is freed from the clutter of needless thought, from the turbulence of unchecked emotion. Mindfulness clears the path to this peace, showing us the way back to our true nature, which is as vast and as serene as the open sky. Like the sky, our true nature is unblemished by the clouds that drift across it. It remains pure, whole, and infinitely spacious, no matter what storms may rage below. The practice of mindfulness, therefore, is not an escape from life, but a fuller engagement with it. It is to face each experience with courage and curiosity, to meet each person with empathy and understanding, to approach each task with diligence and care. It is to live with intention, to choose actions that reflect our deepest values, to infuse our lives with meaning and purpose. As we cultivate this awareness, we become more attuned to the subtleties of life, more responsive to its nuances and complexities. We see that our every thought, word, and action has an impact, that we are participants in a vast web of interbeing. Our lives, once thought to be separate, are revealed to be intimately connected with all that is. This realization calls us to live with greater responsibility, to consider the consequences of our actions, not just for ourselves, but for others, for the planet, for future generations. It calls us to live with compassion, to alleviate suffering wherever we find it, to extend our love beyond the narrow confines of our personal concerns. The way of Zen is the way of compassion, the way of the Bodhisattva, who vows to save all beings from suffering. It is the way of the open hand that gives freely, the open heart that loves without reservation. It is the way of the warrior who fights not with weapons, but with wisdom, who conquers not territories but delusions, who seeks not personal victory, but the liberation of all. In this spirit, we take each step with mindfulness, knowing that each step matters, that each step is a choice, that each step can be an act of peace. We walk gently upon the earth, aware of its fragility, its beauty, its sacredness. We walk with gratitude for the countless blessings we receive, for the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food that sustains us. As we deepen our practice, we discover that mindfulness is not static, but dynamic, not passive, but active. It is the dynamic stillness at the center of all activity, the active presence that animates every moment. It is both the calm eye at the center of the storm and the storm itself. The dance of creation and destruction, that is the rhythm of the universe. In this dance, we learn to let go of our need for certainty, our craving for security, our fear of the unknown. We learn to trust in the unfolding of life, to have faith in the wisdom that guides the cosmos. We learn to see each moment as a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to start anew. Thus, the art of living mindfully in every moment is not a technique to be mastered, but a way of being to be lived. It is not a goal to be achieved, but a path to be walked. It is not an ideal to be aspired to, but a reality to be embodied. As we embody this reality, we become beacons of light in a world that is often shrouded in darkness. We become sources of healing in a world that is often broken. We become agents of change in a world that is often resistant to it. The art of living mindfully in every moment is, ultimately, the art of love. It is to love each moment for what it is, to love ourselves for who we are, to love others for who they are. It is to love life itself, with all its pain and pleasure, its sorrow and joy, its trials and triumphs. This love is not sentimental or selective, but wise and all-encompassing. It is the love of the sun that shines on the just and the unjust, the love of the rain that falls on the good and the bad. It is the love that recognizes the inherent worth of all beings, that sees beyond the superficial differences that divide us to the essential unity that binds us. It is the love that heals, that transforms, that uplifts. And in this love, we find the true essence of Zen, the true essence of mindfulness, the true essence of our very lives. It is not something to be grasped or possessed, but something to be expressed and lived. It is the very breath of the cosmos, the very pulse of the universe, the very heart of all that is. With each breath, we affirm this love. With each heartbeat, we celebrate it. With each action, we manifest it. This is the practice, not just on the cushion or in the meditation hall, but in the marketplace, in the office, in the home, on the streets. We are the embodiment of mindfulness, the embodiment of Zen, the embodiment of love. Our lives are the message, our actions are the teaching, our presence is the blessing, and in this way we continue, without attachment to the word continue, to walk the timeless path of awakening, step by mindful step. In this journey of awakening, each moment is an opportunity to deepen our understanding, an open invitation to align with the essence of our true nature. The path unfolds before us, not as a series of destinations to reach, but as an ongoing process of growth and discovery. With every step, the heart opens a little more, the mind becomes a little clearer, and the spirit soars a little higher. This unfolding is not marked by fanfare or dramatic leaps, but by subtle shifts and gentle realizations. It is in the quiet moments that we often find the most profound insights, in the simple acts that we uncover the deepest truths. The touch of a loved one, the rustle of leaves in the wind, the smile of a stranger. Each of these can be a doorway to the infinite, a glimpse into the boundless nature of reality. The practice of mindfulness is thus a tapestry woven from the threads of daily life. Each thread is vital, each color adds depth, and each pattern reveals more of the whole. It is an art form that we co-create with the universe, a masterpiece that is never finished, for there is always more to add, more to refine, more to appreciate. In this artful engagement with life, challenges become teachers, obstacles become stepping stones, and adversity becomes the forge in which resilience is tempered. We learn not to shy away from difficulty, but to meet it with a steady gaze and a steady heart. In doing so, we discover an inner strength we may not have realized we possessed, a resourcefulness that can turn the most unlikely materials into something valuable. Mindfulness teaches us to be present with our experience, whatever it may be, without judgment or expectation, to sit with our pain without trying to push it away, to savor our joy without clinging to it, to face our fear without allowing it to paralyze us. This is the poise of the mindful practitioner, the balance that allows us to walk with integrity and authenticity in a world that is constantly changing. As this balance becomes second nature, our lives begin to embody a quiet confidence, a serene assertiveness that is not born of ego, but of a clear understanding of our place in the cosmos. We no longer feel the need to prove ourselves to anyone, for we understand our inherent worth. At the same time, we recognize the worth of all beings and seek to affirm it in our thoughts, words, and actions. The way of mindfulness is not a solitary one, though it requires periods of solitude. It is a path that we walk together, supporting one another, learning from one another, growing together. It is a path that honors the interconnectedness of all life, that sees the self in the other and the other in the self. This recognition of interconnectedness leads us to act with greater care, to speak with greater kindness, to live with greater purpose. We become stewards of the earth, guardians of the future, keepers of the flame of wisdom. Our lives are no longer just our own, but a trust that we hold on behalf of all beings. In this way, the practice of mindfulness becomes a revolutionary act, a radical re-envisioning of what it means to live on this planet. It is a commitment to a different kind of world, one where compassion is the rule, not the exception, where wisdom guides policy, not short-term gain, where the well-being of all is considered, not just the well-being of a few. The art of living mindfully in every moment is thus both a personal practice and a collective endeavor. It is the work of a lifetime and the gift of a moment. It is as vast as the sky and as intimate as the breath. It is the dance of the universe and the stillness at the center of all things. And so, step by step, breath by breath, we embody this dance, this stillness, this art. Our lives are the canvas, our actions the brushstrokes, our hearts the palette from which we choose the colors of each day. The masterpiece we create is one of boundless love, profound peace, and luminous wisdom. It is a work in progress, an ever-evolving expression of the inexpressible, a testament to the beauty of what it means to be truly alive. In the practice of mindfulness, one learns to appreciate the subtlety of change and the constancy of impermanence. With each inhale and exhale, there is a subtle acknowledgement of the cycle of life, a recognition that each breath is both an ending and a beginning. This breath-by-breath awareness cultivates a deep sense of presence, a steadfastness that grounds us in the face of life's ceaseless ebb and flow. Embracing the present moment, practitioners find clarity and tranquility even amidst chaos. The mindful path encourages a compassionate witnessing of the events around us, fostering a sense of peace that arises from within rather than from the happenings of the external world. This inner peace becomes a sanctuary, a still point from which one can view the unfolding of life with equanimity. The art of being fully present in each action, thought, and feeling allows for a profound connection with the essence of life. Mindfulness is not about reaching a destination, but rather about deepening the experience of the journey. It is about seeing the extraordinary within the ordinary, the sacred within the mundane, and the opportunities for growth within the challenges. This path is enriched by the understanding that every encounter is an opportunity for learning and every experience a lesson in living. The people we meet are mirrors, reflecting parts of ourselves we need to see, helping us to grow in understanding and compassion. The challenges we face are the fires that refine our spirit, teaching us patience, perseverance, and humility. Mindfulness inspires a life of intentional action, where choices are made not out of habit or compulsion, but from a place of conscious deliberation. This mindful choosing infuses one's actions with purpose and meaning, ensuring that even the smallest gesture carries with it the weight of conscious intent. The cultivation of this moment-to-moment awareness brings about a transformation that is both personal and collective. It nurtures a heart that is open to joy and sorrow, a mind that welcomes learning and unlearning, and a spirit that seeks to contribute to the well-being of all. This transformation is not marked by grandiose displays, but by quiet, consistent acts of kindness and understanding. It is a gentle revolution, unfolding in the depths of the human heart. With mindfulness, one learns to dance gracefully with life, moving with its rhythms, respecting its mysteries, and celebrating its wonders. This dance is not choreographed by desire or aversion, but guided by wisdom and loving kindness. It is a dance that honors the interconnectedness of all things, recognizing that each step has an impact far beyond the immediate surroundings. The tapestry of life becomes richer and more vibrant as each thread of experience is woven with awareness. The fabric of existence is constantly being created and recreated, with mindfulness adding depth and texture to the patterns that emerge. This creative process is a testament to the potential within each moment to contribute to the unfolding of something greater than oneself. In this way, the practice of being fully engaged in the here and now is a testament to the boundless potential that resides within. It is an affirmation of life's resilience and adaptability, a celebration of its beauty and complexity. Each mindful act is a ripple in the pond of consciousness, spreading outwards to touch the lives of others in ways seen and unseen. Thus, the journey of mindfulness is an ever-unfolding path of discovery, a lifelong exploration of the richness of existence. It is a reminder that the sacred is found in the simplicity of the present moment, and that wisdom lies in the open-hearted embrace of all that is. This is the heart of the practice, the essence of the path, and the true nature of being. Mindfulness extends its tapestry, weaving the luminous threads of awareness through the fabric of everyday life. Each moment becomes a canvas upon which the present paints its vivid hues. With every mindful step, the path reveals itself, not through signposts, but through the sensation of the earth beneath one's feet and the rhythm of breath that flows within. Silence and stillness become profound teachers, imparting wisdom without words. They offer a sanctuary in which the noise of the mind subsides and the voice of inner knowing becomes audible. In this quietude, one discovers that answers to profound questions arise not by force, but by surrender to the moment. The journey of awareness is marked by an unfolding grace that softens the edges of hardship and illuminates the beauty in the mundane. It is in the act of truly listening to another, in the gentle touch of empathy, and in the warmth of an unguarded smile that the art of presence becomes manifest. Mindfulness is a cultivation of a gentle strength, a resilience that does not loudly proclaim itself, but is revealed in the capacity to return to the present after each distraction. It is the gentle return to focus, the kind forgiveness of one's own lapses, and the patient building of a discipline that does not bind but liberates. With each mindful breath, the practitioner becomes an artisan of experience, shaping the moments with attentive care. Life's imperfections are not to be filed away, but are acknowledged as the very texture that makes the human journey rich and meaningful. The mindful way does not seek to smooth out all roughness, but rather to understand and appreciate the intricate patterns they create. In relationships, mindfulness fosters connections that are rooted in authenticity and nourished by mutual respect. It encourages one to meet others not only with the mind, but also with the heart, cultivating interactions that are not transactions, but shared experiences. The practice is like a river, carving its course through the landscape of life with both persistence and adaptability. It flows around obstacles, learns from them, and incorporates them into its being. The river does not fight against the current. It is the current, moving with a purpose that is both inherent and discovered in its journey to the sea. Mindfulness thus becomes an ode to the beauty of impermanence, a celebration of the transient nature of all things. It is the acceptance that all things arise and pass away, and that in this cycle there is a profound truth about the nature of existence. In the mindful embrace of life's ebb and flow, one finds a profound joy that does not depend on circumstances, but is a state of being. It is the joy of being alive, of experiencing the full spectrum of human emotion, and of engaging with the world in its full splendor. As the path unfolds, the practice deepens, and the fruits of mindfulness become apparent not only to the practitioner, but to all whose lives they touch. It is a beacon of calm in a stormy world, a source of light in the darkness, and a testament to the transformative power of living with full and open awareness. In this way, each moment is honored as a precious gift, an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to contribute to the greater good. The art of mindfulness is thus a continual embrace of life, a never-ending dance with the present, and a profound journey into the heart of existence. The heart of mindfulness beats to the rhythm of now, each pulse echoing the profound realization that life unfolds in the immediacy of each moment. The practice does not halt in the face of uncertainty or the unknown. Instead, it thrives, drawing nourishment from the very essence of change that defines our existence. In the quiet spaces between thoughts, in the gap between breaths, lies the potential for insight. The mindful seeker does not fill these spaces with haste, but allows them to breathe, to expand, and to reveal the depth of the present. It is within these interstices that one discovers the subtle textures of being, the layers of silence that speak volumes. This approach to life is an open hand, receptive, ready to both give and receive. It is an acknowledgement of the interconnected dance of all forms, where giving is receiving and receiving is, in essence, giving. Through this exchange, a balance is maintained, a harmony that resonates with the natural order of things. Mindfulness is a mirror that reflects the world in its true form, unclouded by judgment or the distortions of bias. It allows each experience to be just as it is, freeing the observer from the confines of preconceived notions. The mirror is clear, revealing both the light and shadows, understanding that both are necessary for wholeness. Like a tree that stands firm through the seasons, the mindful practitioner embodies resilience. Leaves may fall, branches may break, but the roots remain anchored, drawing sustenance from the deeper soil of awareness. The tree does not resist the winter in fear of losing its foliage. It lets go, trusting that spring will once again bring renewal. Mindfulness is both the journey and the destination, a paradox that delights in its own mystery. The goal is not to arrive, but to be fully present in the movement, to be at one with the steps that carve the path. It is a ceaseless exploration of the terrain of the self and the landscape of the world, a discovery that each step is the destination. Engaging with the world through the lens of mindfulness transforms the mundane into the sacred, the ordinary into the extraordinary. A meal becomes a feast of sensations, a walk becomes a dialogue with nature, and a conversation becomes a symphony of shared human experience. This path is walked with eyes wide open to the world's suffering and heart wide open to its beauty. It is to stand in the midst of life's storms and shine with a compassion that is neither overwhelmed by the suffering nor blind to the joy. Mindfulness bestows a profound respect for the fragility and preciousness of life. It is a practice of honoring each being, each moment, as a unique expression of the vast tapestry of existence. It is a practice that does not discriminate between the high and the low, the significant and the trivial, for it knows that each has its place, its role, its value. In the depth of mindful presence, time expands and contracts, revealing eternity in an hour and the universe in a grain of sand. The practitioner learns to flow with this timeless rhythm, to witness the dance of existence with a soul that is both ancient and ever new. Thus, the practice of mindfulness unfolds naturally, as effortlessly as the dawn greets the day. It requires no force, no striving, only a gentle turning of the attention to what is here, what is now. It is a humble embracement of life in all its complexity, a quiet celebration of the miracle of consciousness. And so, with each moment, the practice deepens, the path becomes clearer, and the heart grows wider. The art of mindfulness is not a static form, but a living experience, ever-changing, ever-evolving, as boundless and as beautiful as life itself. The essence of mindfulness resonates with the rhythm of life's impermanence. Each moment presents itself, full and fleeting, inviting the mindful to engage with the full spectrum of experience. With this invitation, the practice of awareness embraces the transient nature of all phenomena, finding a profound stillness at the heart of motion. In the cultivation of this art, the observer and the observed begin to merge. The boundaries that once separated the internal world from the external begin to dissolve, revealing the interconnectedness that underpins all of existence. In this union, a deep empathy for all living beings naturally arises, born from the recognition of shared experience. This practice is not a passive one. It calls for active participation in the unfolding narrative of the now. Each decision, each interaction is made with a deliberate presence, an intentional caring that infuses life with purpose and meaning. The art of mindfulness is akin to a masterful musician tuning an instrument, attentive to the subtleties of sound and the harmony of strings. So too, the practitioner tunes the instrument of the mind, seeking harmony within and without. This tuning is not a one-time occurrence, but a continuous refinement, a dedication to the symphony of life. Mindfulness is the fertile soil from which compassion grows. It is in the here and now that kindness finds its most potent expression, where a simple act can ripple through the ocean of time and touch the shores of countless lives. This compassion is not reserved for the grand gesture, but lives in the everyday, in the smile shared with a stranger, in the helping hand extended without thought of recompense. Through this lens, the beauty of the world is magnified. The hues of a sunset are not just colors, but a painting by the universe, a masterpiece available in a single ephemeral moment. The laughter of a child is not merely a sound, but a hymn to joy, a reminder of the simplicity of happiness. The mindful path is one of discovery, where each step is both a beginning and an end. Lessons are found in the most unexpected places. In the fall of a leaf, the whisper of the wind, or the furrow of a brow. Life's curriculum is limitless, and the mindful are avid students of its unfolding wisdom. In this state of presence, the past and future lose their grip, and the only time that truly exists is now. Worries about what has been or what will be give way to a deep engagement with what is. This is not to say that the mindful are adrift in time, but rather that they navigate it with a different compass, one that points to the true north of the present. Mindfulness is not an escape from reality, but a deeper immersion into it. It is a brave confrontation with the truth of one's experience, a willingness to face what is, with all its beauty and pain. In this confrontation lies the possibility of real transformation. As the path unwinds, the practice becomes less about doing and more about being. It is in being that the noise of the mind quiets and the voice of the heart speaks. This voice, often drowned out by the cacophony of daily living, carries the wisdom of the ages, the silent knowing that is the birthright of every soul. In this way, the journey of mindfulness is never finished. It is a perpetual unfolding, an eternal return to the moment where life happens. It is an open-ended conversation with existence, a dialogue that enriches the participant and the whole of which they are a part. Each mindful step is an act of reverence, a salute to the miracle of life. It is a walking meditation, a living prayer, a dynamic state of grace that celebrates the mystery and the majesty of being truly alive. In the heart of mindfulness, the pulse of existence is felt with every breath, each inhalation a testament to life's persistence, each exhalation a release of what no longer serves. The cycle is as natural as the tides, as certain as the rise and fall of the sun and moon. The practice becomes a sanctuary, a refuge within which the storms of life can rage, yet the center remains calm. Like the eye of a hurricane, the mindful heart is a space of stillness amidst turmoil. It is from this center that clarity emerges, a clarity not clouded by the chaos of outer circumstances, but informed by the tranquility of inner peace. Mindfulness is a dance with reality, a harmonious movement with the ebb and flow of human experience. It teaches the art of balance, the grace of letting go, and the courage to face what is with openness and acceptance. The dancer moves with the music of the moment, each step a note played in the melody of now. In this practice, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The crunch of a leaf underfoot, the warmth of sunlight on skin, the intricate patterns of a spider's web, each is seen with fresh eyes, as if for the first time. Mindfulness renews the world, rendering the familiar with an aura of wonder and curiosity. This way of being is an act of rebellion against the hustle of a hurried world. It is a silent revolution, a gentle defiance that values depth over speed, connection over productivity. In this space, the soul is nourished, the spirit rejuvenated, and the simple act of being gains the reverence it deserves. The mindful path is not solitary, it is woven with the threads of countless lives. Each interaction is a chance to practice kindness, to offer a moment of attention, to acknowledge the sacredness of the other. In this recognition, barriers fall away, and the illusion of separation dissipates. Mindfulness is an embrace of life's imperfections. It recognizes that in the cracks and flaws lies the beauty of authenticity. Perfection is not the goal, rather, it is the acceptance of the perfectly imperfect tapestry of existence. The mindful embrace their scars, knowing they tell stories of resilience and growth. This practice does not shield one from pain or sorrow, but instead provides the tools to meet them with grace. Suffering is not denied, but held with compassion, allowed to unfold until its lessons are learned and its intensity wanes. The mindful understand that even in the depths of grief, there is a space for growth. In this state of awareness, the future is not a distant horizon, but an accumulation of nows. Each present moment is a building block, a foundation upon which the future is built. The mindful craft their destiny with intention, one present moment at a time. The journey of mindfulness is infinite, a path that spirals ever inward and outward. It is a journey that has no end, for each moment is a new beginning, each breath a new opportunity to engage with life in its fullness. It is a perpetual awakening, a constant return to the truth of the present. With each mindful step, the practitioner plants seeds. Some will take root immediately, others may lie dormant for seasons, but each carries the potential for growth, for transformation, for the blossoming of understanding and wisdom. Thus, the art of mindfulness is a continuous unfolding, a never-ending story that weaves its narrative through the fabric of daily life. It is a story of connection, of rediscovery, of coming home to the eternal now, where all of life's mysteries and simplicities coalesce into a single, radiant point of consciousness. Amidst the ebb and flow, the practice of mindfulness maintains its gentle cadence. The observer within grows ever more adept at witnessing the unfolding tapestry of life, finding within it the threads of universal truths that transcend the personal and touch upon the collective. In silence, the space between thoughts widens, becoming a reservoir of potential from which wisdom can spring forth. This silence is not empty. It is replete with the essence of all that is and all that could be. It is a canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of conscious experience. Mindfulness cultivates a garden of inner tranquility, where the seeds of peace can germinate even in the midst of life's relentless pace. This inner garden does not require seclusion from the world, but thrives in the light of engagement, its roots entwined with the reality of daily existence. Each moment becomes a choice to respond with patience rather than react with haste, to listen deeply rather than hear passively, to act with intention rather than move without purpose. These choices are the subtle movements in the dance of mindfulness, each one a step toward greater harmony with the self and the environment. The beauty of the world, as seen through the lens of mindfulness, becomes ever more vivid. The chorus of life, a symphony of sounds, from the rustling leaves to the laughter of children, resonates with a newfound clarity. The mindful ear discerns not just noise, but the music of existence, a melody that has always been present, simply awaiting an attentive audience. This way of being in the world honors each moment as a gift. It is a recognition that time is not a commodity, but a sacred trust, and each second is an opportunity to create, to learn, to be. This perspective transforms the mundane into the profound, imbuing the simplest acts with significance. The journey is shared, a collective passage through the landscape of humanity. Interactions become more than transactions. They are the language of connection, the currency of empathy. Through these exchanges, the mindful build bridges, linking hearts and minds in a web of shared experience. Embracing imperfection, the mindful find a wellspring of forgiveness for themselves and for others. This forgiveness is not a conclusion, but a process, an ongoing testament to the power of compassion in the face of fallibility. It is through forgiveness that wounds are allowed to heal and growth is made possible. Pain and sorrow, when cradled in the arms of mindfulness, are not burdens, but teachers. They instruct with a stern yet loving hand, guiding toward a deeper understanding of the self and the world. These emotions are not rushed through or pushed aside, but are given space to express their truth. The present moment becomes the only true measure of time. It is the crucible within which the future is forged, a succession of nows that together weave the fabric of what is to come. Each stitch is made with care, each thread chosen with intent. As the journey unfolds, the fruits of practice become evident. Patience blossoms, compassion fruits, and wisdom ripens. These are not the end products of a goal-oriented quest, but the natural byproducts of a life lived with awareness. With mindful steps, the path becomes clearer, each footprint a testament to the journey thus far and a signpost for those who follow. The story of mindfulness is written not in stone, but in the heart, an epic penned in the ink of experience and etched upon the scroll of human consciousness. Herein lies the art of mindfulness, a perpetual conversation with the present, a harmonious blend of being and becoming, where every breath is a renewal of commitment to the unfolding now, a testament to the enduring power of awareness in the ever-changing landscape of existence. The path of mindfulness, ever unwinding, reveals the delicate interplay of light and shadow within the human experience. It honors the full spectrum, recognizing that each emotion and thought has its place in the mosaic of the self. Within this journey, the mindful practitioner learns the subtle art of detachment, not a withdrawal from the world, but a gentle release of the clinging that causes suffering. This detachment is infused with warmth, a loving kindness that acknowledges the right of each moment to exist as it is, without the imposition of judgment. The breath becomes a trusted guide through the complexities of life, a simple yet profound anchor to the present. With each inhale, there is an acceptance of life's offerings. With each exhale, a surrender to its inevitable changes. The rhythm of breath mirrors the pulse of the earth, a reminder of the shared journey of all living beings. In this space, the ordinary is revered as miraculous, a drop of dew on a leaf, the pattern of veins in a stone, the feel of soil sifting through fingers. Such experiences are not overlooked but cherished as expressions of a wondrous universe, always in motion, always evolving. Mindfulness bestows the insight to see beyond the superficial, to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things. The food on the plate is not merely sustenance, but a story of sunshine and rain, of growers and grocers, a symphony of circumstances that brought it to the table. The practice is both a refuge and a training ground. It is within the quietude of mindful reflection that resilience is fostered, equipping the practitioner with the fortitude to face life's storms with equanimity. It is a resilience built not on resistance, but on the flexibility to bend with the winds of change. Interactions are infused with the presence that mindfulness cultivates. Each encounter becomes a practice in itself, an opportunity to apply the lessons of patience and empathy learned on the cushion to the dynamic arena of human relationships. By embracing imperfection, the mindful practitioner learns to celebrate the journey rather than fixate on a destination. Each stumble and falter is part of the dance, each misstep a chance to learn a new rhythm, to adjust and to grow. Pain and joy are held with the same gentle grasp, neither grasped too tightly nor pushed away. This equanimity allows the full human experience to unfold with dignity, each emotion honored for its role in shaping the depths of understanding. In this way, time is redefined, not as a linear march but as a rich tapestry woven from the threads of countless nows. Each moment is a unique stitch, a singular blend of texture and color, contributing to the ever-expanding work of art that is a life lived mindfully. The fruits of the practice become evident not just in periods of solitude, but in the midst of action, in the throes of life's busiest moments. Patience no longer feels like a forced virtue, but a natural state. Compassion, not an obligation, but an instinct. With every mindful step, the path does not merely extend forward, but deepens, inviting the practitioner to explore new layers of awareness, to discover uncharted territories of the self. The story of mindfulness is eternally being written, each practitioner's heart a page, each moment a word. Its narrative is not linear but cyclical, a continuous loop that spirals inward towards understanding and outward towards expression. And so, the art of mindfulness is lived out in the dance of existence, a timeless waltz with the present, where every step, every breath, every beat of the heart is an act of profound engagement with the living, breathing now. In the quietude of each mindful moment, the whispers of intuition grow more audible. The inner voice, often drowned out by the cacophony of daily life, finds its timbre in the silence that mindfulness cultivates. It speaks in the language of insight, offering guidance that resonates with the truth of direct experience. The practice becomes less about doing and more about being. There is no longer a striving to achieve a state of mindfulness. Instead, there is an unfolding into the state of being already present, an uncovering of the awareness that has always been there, obscured by layers of thought and distraction. Mindfulness brings forth an alchemy of the spirit, where the base metals of fear and desire are transmuted into the gold of contentment and acceptance. This internal transformation is subtler, a gradual shift that occurs beneath the surface of consciousness, yet its effects ripple outward, touching all facets of life. The mindful learn to inhabit their bodies with a newfound reverence. Each sensation, whether a throb of pain or a thrum of pleasure, is acknowledged as part of the rich tapestry of bodily experience. This embodiment grounds the practitioner in the physical world, anchoring the ethereal nature of consciousness in the tangible reality of flesh and bone. Nature becomes a mirror for the soul, reflecting back the lessons of impermanence and interdependence. The cycle of seasons, the growth and decay of plants, the rhythms of wildlife, all echo the inner rhythms of human existence, reminding the practitioner that they are not separate from the world around them, but a part of its magnificent dance. Each act of mindfulness, no matter how small, is a rebellion against the pull of unconscious habit. It is a choice to swim against the current of automaticity, to reclaim agency in a world that often feels beyond individual control. This reclaiming is not a forceful seizing, but a gentle awakening to the power inherent in conscious choice. The practice nurtures a sense of gratitude, a thankfulness that arises not from comparison with others, but from a deep appreciation of the myriad of blessings that suffuse even the most ordinary days. This gratitude is not just an emotion, but a way of seeing the world, a lens that highlights beauty and possibility where before there may have been only indifference. With each mindful encounter, the illusion of separation begins to dissolve. The realization that self and other are not so distinct after all becomes clearer. There is a recognition of the self in the stranger's smile, a shared sorrow in another's tears. This realization fosters a profound sense of kinship with all beings. Through mindfulness, the passage of time is honored, each moment respected as a finite resource, irreplaceable and precious. There is a deliberate savoring of life, a conscious decision to not let the hours slip by unnoticed, but to inhabit them fully, with presence and with purpose. The true measure of the practice's depth is found not in the tranquility of meditation, but in the tumult of life. It is in the heat of conflict, the rush of deadlines, the chaos of everyday challenges, that mindfulness proves its mettle, offering a calm center from which to navigate the storms. Thus, the path of mindfulness is walked with a quiet determination, an understanding that each moment is both a culmination and a beginning, an end in itself and a gateway to further discovery. It is a journey without end, a spiral path that leads ever deeper into the heart of what it means to be fully alive. In this way, the dance continues, a silent symphony played out in the inner halls of consciousness, a celebration of the now in all its fleeting, ephemeral glory, and a testament to the enduring power of awareness to transform the very fabric of being. Each breath taken in mindfulness weaves a thread into the intricate tapestry of the present, a tapestry that is perpetually created and recreated with the rhythms of life. The act of breathing itself becomes a testament to the interconnection of the internal and the external, a bridge between the self and the universe. The heart of mindfulness beats to the drum of empathy, with each pulse expanding the capacity to understand and to share the feelings of others. This empathetic resonance turns strangers into kin, dissolving the barriers that once fostered isolation and separation. In this practice, the mundane is elevated to the extraordinary. A simple meal becomes a feast of sensations. The The morning commute transforms into a journey filled with moments of reflection, and the act of listening morphs into an opportunity to connect deeply with another's story. Mindfulness teaches that each obstacle is also an opening, a chance to explore new facets of existence and to test the strength of one's own spirit. The difficulties encountered are not merely hindrances but invitations to delve deeper into the well of inner resources. The mindful gaze sees the world with a clarity that penetrates beyond appearances. It discerns the impermanence of all things, recognizing that change is not just an abstract concept, but a tangible reality observed in the ebb and flow of life. Through the lens of mindfulness, patience ceases to be a virtue to be cultivated and instead becomes a natural state of being. Waiting is no longer a passive act, but an active engagement with the unfolding of time. Conversations become more than mere exchanges of words. They evolve into shared experiences where presence amplifies the meaning of each spoken and unspoken word. The practice of truly listening becomes a gift given and received, enriching the lives of all participants. Mindfulness illuminates the shadows cast by past regrets and future anxieties, allowing individuals to navigate their lives with a sense of peace rooted in the reality of the now. This illumination does not negate the darkness, but acknowledges its role in the contrast that defines the human experience. In the quiet spaces between actions, the mindful find solace and strength. These pauses are not voids, but reservoirs of potential, brimming with the possibility of insight and renewal. The journey of mindfulness is not a solitary trek, but a walk alongside countless others, each on their own path but all moving together in the shared pursuit of awareness. The solidarity found in this collective endeavor creates a sense of belonging to something greater than oneself. Thus, each step taken in mindfulness is both a grounding in the present and a step toward an ever-unfolding horizon. The journey is boundless, each moment an invitation to engage with the vast tapestry of life, to discover its hidden patterns and to revel in its endless mysteries. In the silence of the mind, the practitioner of mindfulness finds a symphony of existence, each moment a note that resonates with the essence of being. The quiet does not signal emptiness, but rather is replete with the fullness of the present, rich with the potential of the now. With each step on this path, the ephemeral nature of thought becomes clear. Like clouds passing across the sky of the mind, thoughts are observed with a gentle detachment, acknowledged and then released without attachment or aversion. The discipline of mindfulness cultivates a garden of peace within, where the seeds of compassion and wisdom can flourish. This inner sanctum becomes a refuge, not from the world, but from the turmoil that can arise within when one is lost in the relentless stream of thought. In the act of mindful living, even the simplest tasks are infused with intention and care. The washing of dishes or the folding of laundry is transformed into a practice of presence, each action an embodiment of mindfulness. The dance with the present becomes a harmonious balance between being and doing, where every action is rooted in the calm center of mindful awareness. This balance ensures that the doer is not lost in the deed, but remains fully alive to the experience. Through the practice, the illusion of control is seen for what it is, a mirage that distracts from the true power available in surrendering to the flow of life. This surrender is not a giving up, but a giving over to the wisdom of life itself, which moves in ways that the rational mind cannot always foresee. Mindfulness forges a link between the individual and the collective, revealing that each person's liberation from suffering is intertwined with the liberation of all. The well-being of the one is found in the well-being of the whole. In this state of awareness, gratitude flows effortlessly, born from the recognition of the interconnectedness of all life and the many gifts that each day brings. It is a gratitude that does not depend on circumstances, but wells up from the very act of being alive. The journey through mindfulness is marked by an ever-deepening authenticity, where the masks worn for the sake of social convention are gently removed to reveal the true face beneath, a face marked by vulnerability and strength. The texture of life, with its various patterns of joy and sorrow, is felt more acutely, yet with an equanimity that softens the edges of experience. This felt texture becomes a source of wisdom, teaching through the very act of sensation. Thus, the dance with mindfulness is an artful embrace of the full spectrum of human experience, a loving acceptance of the bitter and the sweet, an acknowledgement that each has its place in the grand choreography of life. It is a journey without a destination, where each moment is both an arrival and a departure, a place of both rest and movement. The path of mindfulness unfolds like the petals of a lotus, each layer revealing a new aspect of understanding, a fresh perspective on the nature of reality. The lotus does not strain toward the sun, it simply opens, and in this effortless opening, its beauty is revealed. Mindful awareness becomes a canvas on which the moments of life are painted, each brushstroke a testament to the richness of the present. The colors of experience, vivid or subdued, are appreciated for their intrinsic worth, each hue essential to the masterpiece of the everyday. In the stillness cultivated through mindfulness, there arises a profound connection to the rhythms of nature. The cycles of growth and decay, the ebb and flow of tides, the waxing and waning of the moon, all resonate within, echoing the truth that Chanji is the only constant. The mindful embrace uncertainty with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. The unknown is not a chasm to be avoided, but a landscape to be explored, a realm of possibilities where the seeds of potential lie dormant, awaiting the nourishing light of attention to spring forth. Through dedicated practice, the mind becomes a garden where the thorns of judgment and the weeds of worry are gradually uprooted, making way for the flowers of clarity and the fruits of peace. This inner cultivation requires patience and persistence, the gentle tending of one's own spirit. Each interaction is an opportunity to practice mindfulness, to engage fully with another being. In this engagement, there is a recognition of the shared human condition, a mutual understanding that transcends the superficial differences that often divide. Mindful eating becomes a sacrament, a conscious nourishing of the body and the soul. Each bite is savored, each flavor celebrated for its contribution to the sustaining dance of life. The art of mindfulness is subtle, a gentle realignment of focus from the cacophony of scattered thoughts to the symphony of the present. It is not about the cessation of thought, but the harmonizing of the mind with the here and now. In the embrace of mindfulness, time is neither enemy nor ally. It simply is. The ticking of the clock is not a countdown, but a reminder of life's perpetual motion, the heartbeat of existence that pulses within and without. The mindful walk through the world with a sense of grace, a deep-seated poise that comes from the alignment of action and awareness. This grace is not a thing to be acquired, but a quality to be revealed, inherent in the nature of conscious being. Thus, the journey through life becomes one of continual awakening, where each moment is an invitation to a deeper awareness, a call to bear witness to the wonder of existence. The mindful do not seek to capture these moments. They simply allow them to unfold, experiencing the richness of life with an open heart and a tranquil mind. Mindfulness elevates the mundane to the realm of the sacred. The daily commute, the rhythm of footsteps on pavement, the whisper of wind through leaves, all become ceremonies of connection, threads in the intricate web of the now. With a mindful approach, even challenges transform into valued teachers. Stress and pain, once seen as adversaries to be vanquished, are now approached with reverence, as guides leading toward growth and deeper self-understanding. The narrative of life, rich with complexity, is no longer a series of disjointed episodes, but a cohesive story where every chapter adds depth and meaning to the whole. Each experience, regardless of its nature, is integrated into the fabric of the self with acceptance and compassion. Mindful communication transcends mere words, as the space between speaker and listener is bridged with the intention of true understanding and connection. This is where listening becomes an act of love, and speaking a gesture of giving. In the practice of mindfulness, the breath acts as an anchor, a steadfast companion returning the wanderer to the shores of the present. It offers a sanctuary of calm in the midst of life's storms, a constant rhythm beneath the flux of daily events. The cultivation of a mindful life is akin to the tuning of a musical instrument, a deliberate and fine adjustment to the tension of strings that allows for the creation of harmony. The instrument of the mind, once tuned, plays the melody of the present with clarity and grace. With mindfulness, personal boundaries are respected and reinforced, not as barriers to connection, but as the contours that define the landscape of the self. These boundaries allow for healthy interactions, fostering respect and understanding in relationships. Mindfulness ushers in a sense of abundance, a recognition that there is richness to be found in simplicity. The need for external validation recedes as the inherent worth of each moment and each being is acknowledged and celebrated. The arc of a mindful life bends toward resilience as each setback is met with a spirit of adaptability. The mindful do not break against the winds of change, but bend gracefully, embodying the strength of flexibility. In moments of quiet reflection, the mindful discover well springs of creativity. The still mind, like a clear lake, reflects the vastness of the sky, allowing ideas to ripple forth unobstructed by the turbulence of constant thought. The path of mindfulness is walked with a sense of gentle curiosity, an eagerness to learn from the unfolding of life itself. There is an understanding that wisdom does not solely reside in the extraordinary, but whispers in the subtleties of the ordinary. In this way, the mindful journey is a tapestry woven from the threads of countless present moments, each one acknowledged, each one honored. The tapestry is never complete, for each moment brings a new thread, a fresh color, a unique texture to the ever-expanding work of art that is a mindful life. As we stand at the threshold of this moment, let us carry forward the essence of Zen Buddhism, the awakening of Zen, and the art of living mindfully in every moment. The teachings of Zen are not confined to the cushion or the temple. They are alive in the very fabric of our daily lives. Each breath we take is an opportunity for practice, each interaction a chance for mindfulness. We strive not for perfection, but for presence. In the ebb and flow of life's constant movement, our practice is to remain anchored in the present. This is the heart of Zen, awakening to the fullness of life here and now. We cultivate a mind like water, clear, reflective, and undisturbed by the ripples of everyday life. Zen is the art of seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, of finding the infinite in the finite. As we walk this path, let us appreciate the simple beauty that surrounds us, the quiet moments that give life its depth and resonance. Let our actions be guided by compassion and mindfulness, and let us approach each day as a new canvas upon which the art of living can be expressed. May the practice of Zen Buddhism guide us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. May we awaken Zen in every step, in every breath, in every moment, and may the art of living mindfully become not just a practice, but the very way we exist, engage, and experience the richness of life itself. With this, let the silence after each word be as profound as the words spoken, for in that silence lies the true resonance of Zen. Let's step forward from here, carrying the light of awareness into the shadows of the unnoticed, illuminating the beauty in every corner of our lives. As we delve deeper into the heart of Zen, we discover it is not merely a philosophy, but an invitation to witness the profound in the subtle whisper of existence. It beckons us to listen, not just with our ears, but with the entirety of our being, to the silent language of the cosmos. In this silence, we find the echoes of the universe speaking directly to our souls. This deep listening is the gateway to true understanding. It allows us to perceive the impermanent nature of all things, teaching us to cherish the transient beauty of the world without clinging. In the delicate balance between attachment and aversion, we find the middle way, where each moment is perfect in its temporary existence. Zen teaches us the art of inner stillness, the stillness that remains unshaken even as the tempests of life swirl around us. It is in this stillness that we can experience Satori, the flash of sudden enlightenment, where the boundaries between self and other dissolve and we are at one with all that is. Every step taken in mindfulness brings us closer to this profound awakening. It is a journey inward to the deepest recesses of the heart, where all our fears, desires, and illusions are laid bare. Here, in the crucible of introspection, we find the alchemy of Zen, transforming the leaden weight of our worries into the gold of wisdom. The practice of Zen is not a retreat from the world, but a fuller engagement with it. It is to touch, taste, smell, see, and hear the truth of reality, unmediated and direct. It teaches us to live not as passive observers, but as active participants in the unfolding dance of existence. In this deep practice, we embrace the paradoxes of life, learning to flow with its unpredictable currents. We become like the bamboo, rooted yet flexible, strong yet yielding. This is the embodiment of Zen resilience, the readiness to bend with the wind and yet stand tall in the quiet aftermath. Let us approach each day as a living koan, a riddle to be lived rather than solved. In the contemplation of daily life, we find the teachings of the ancients reflected in the mundane, each moment a teacher, each experience a lesson in the art of being. In the depths of Zen, we are called to a profound simplicity, where the complications of the mind give way to the wisdom of the heart. Here, in the heart space, we find a compassion that extends beyond the self, a love that radiates to all beings, a peace that pervades every aspect of life. As we continue to walk this path, deeply and with intention, let us remember that the journey itself is home. Each step, each breath, each act is a manifestation of our deepest intentions. May we all awaken to the Zen within, living fully and truly, moment to moment, breath to breath, in the boundless art of mindful existence. Delving into the essence of Zen, one uncovers a profound truth, that awakening is not a destination, but an ongoing process of becoming, a constant unfolding of nowness. This realization is the very fabric of mindful living, a tapestry woven from threads of conscious choices, deliberate actions, and cultivated thoughts. In the silent spaces between breaths, the depth of Zen is experienced. It is here, in the pause, where the chatter of the mind ceases and the spirit speaks. This silence is not empty, but replete with the potential of the universe, a canvas awaiting the brushstroke of our awareness. The mindful art of Zen living calls for a gentle awareness, a tender acknowledgement of the impermanence of all things. This awareness does not paralyze but liberates, allowing for a full-hearted engagement with the transient dance of life. With each sunrise and each sunset, the world is born anew, and so too are the possibilities within us. The path of Zen is strewn with the petals of clarity, each step a chance to cleanse the lens of perception. To see the world through this lens is to witness the intricate beauty of the ordinary, the sacred geometry in the architecture of existence, the divine in the details. This is the deep practice of Zen, to sit with the reality of the present, to honor the truth of what is, without the desire to fix or flee. It is an invitation to encounter each moment with equanimity, to meet joy and sorrow with the same serene embrace, and to find in both the threads that weave the human experience. Zen mindfulness is an art form that requires no brush, no canvas, no chisel, only the heart, the mind, and the breath. It is an art where living itself is the creative act, each moment a stroke of genius, each day a masterpiece unfolding. Within this mindful existence, there is a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. The self is not an isolated entity, but a note in a grand symphony, a wave in an endless ocean. To live mindfully is to play that note with intention, to ride that wave with purpose, knowing that even the smallest ripple has the power to shape the shore. Thus, the practice of Zen becomes a living meditation, a dynamic stillness that moves with us, within us, and through us. It is the quiet courage to face the unknown, the strength to be vulnerable, and the resilience to stand in the truth of our own being. The deepening of this practice is not measured in milestones, but in the subtle shifts of consciousness, the small awakenings that occur in the quiet corners of everyday life. In this way, the art of Zen living is both the most ordinary and the most extraordinary of endeavors, a sacred ordinary that fills every corner of existence with the light of awareness. In the practice of Zen, every breath is a brushstroke on the canvas of the present moment, painting life in vibrant hues of now. Mindfulness, the heart of Zen, is not a task but the art of being, a way to fully inhabit time as it flows, a rhythm that resonates with the pulse of the earth. The art of living mindfully is etched in the quietude of the morning dew, in the steadfastness of mountains, and the depth of the night sky. It is a practice that does not shout but whispers, reminding that in the stillness lies the knowledge of the universe, in the simplicity a complexity unfathomed. Zen is found in the laughter of children, the wisdom of the aged, and the patterns of nature. It is the understanding that life's fleeting nature is not a cause for despair, but a call to cherish the ephemeral beauty, to act with kindness, and to speak with truth. Mindful living becomes an intimate dance with reality, a trust in the flow of life. It is the acceptance of change, the embrace of the cycle of life and death, and the appreciation of the uniqueness of each moment. There is no need for the grasping of permanence in a world where everything is beautifully transient. In this journey, there is a discovery of an inner silence that speaks louder than the turmoil of the world. The noise becomes a symphony when listened to with the ears of mindfulness, teaching that peace is not the absence of chaos, but the presence of a calm within it. Zen teaches that the sacred is in the ordinary, that enlightenment is found not on distant mountaintops, but in the grains of sand beneath our feet. It is the gentle reminder that in every act of washing dishes, in every step on a busy street, there is a gateway to awakening. The mindful art of Zen living shapes existence into a continuous meditation, where the line between the meditator and the act of meditation blurs. It is not confined to the times of sitting in silence. It is woven through the tapestry of daily life. To live in Zen is to live with intention, yet without the tight grip of intentionality. It is to flow with life's current, to respond with wisdom, to move with the innate understanding that all life is connected, that each choice echoes in the hallways of the universe. Thus, the essence of Zen saturates the world, infusing it with a presence that transforms the mundane into the sacred, the routine into ritual, the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every encounter is an opportunity for practice, every challenge a lesson, every joy a sutra written in the heart. Embodying Zen, the art of mindful living becomes not just an occasional retreat, but a constant abode. Not an effort, but a natural state of being. It is the living expression of harmony, a peace that does not shun the world, but engages with it more fully, with an open heart and a clear mind. Embarking upon the path of Zen, one finds themselves at the confluence of action and inaction, where doing and non-doing are not opposites, but harmonious partners in the dance of existence. Every act is infused with a quality of meditative grace, turning the mundane into a celebration of the moment. The essence of Zen permeates the fabric of daily life, turning each thread into a potential for awakening. In the sip of tea, the warmth is not just felt, but savored. The tea and the drinker momentarily become one. The art of such mindfulness unveils the richness hidden in common occurrences, revealing a universe within the simple act of sipping. Zen is an invitation to view each encounter as a mirror, reflecting the self in countless forms. The other is not separate, but a part of the intricate web of life, where every interaction is a chance to see more deeply into the nature of being. Compassion flows from this understanding, a love that does not discriminate or exclude. This path is lined with the understanding that each thought, word, and deed emanates from a choice. To live mindfully is to make these choices with awareness, knowing that the ripples of today touch the shores of tomorrow. It is a practice of being conscientious stewards of the moments that pass through our hands. In the stillness of Zen, one finds a dynamic presence, a presence that is not static but vibrantly alive, attentive to the ever-changing panorama of life, yet centered in the unwavering stillness of the now. It is the paradox that to be still in Zen is to be in full motion, engaged with life's undulating rhythms. The journey through Zen is one of continuous unfolding, an exploration that does not end with the setting sun, but rather is illuminated by it. Each day is seen not as a sequence of hours, but as a living canvas, where the light of consciousness paints new possibilities. To embody Zen is to embrace life with a full heart, to walk gently upon the earth, and to breathe deeply of the wonder of existence. It is to live with the knowledge that every goodbye has within it the seed of a new hello. Thus, the practice of mindful living, the art of Zen, is ever present, as close as the next breath, as immediate as the next heartbeat. It is life itself, inviting participation in its infinite play, its sublime mystery. And so, the narrative of Zen is one of perpetual discovery, a story that is written not on paper, but in the living moments of our lives. Until the next gathering of words and reflections, may the practice of mindfulness continue to illuminate the path. See you in the next video.